Okay, so I am recording the meeting. Welcome. Today we will learn process control board PCB, process states and schedulers. What is the definition of a process? A process is basically a program in execution. Execution of a process must progress in a sequential fashion. A process is defined as an entity which represents the basic unit of work to be implemented in the system. Am I clear? I have just explained what is the basic definition of process. The basic definition of process is very important. So this is the definition of process. Each and every work occurs, or each and every work is done with the help of process. There are different processes in operating system. An operating system manages those processes, and different types of scheduling is being done through of processes. Process management is itself a difficult task. So this is the concept of process. Let's go to the next slide. An operating system executes a variety of programs, batch system jobs, time shared system, user programs or tasks. Hello, I was disconnected. So I am sharing again the process concept. A process, a program in execution. Whenever we start executing a program, it is called a process. A process includes program counter, stack, data section. These are different types of processes. Process in memory. What is the memory representation of a process? Sorry. In memory, the process is represented as stack, heap, data, and text. This is the representation of a process in memory. I hope everyone is aware about stack, heap, data, and text. So this is the representation of a process in memory. What is stack? I don't know how many of you. নেটের খুব প্রবলেম। হ্যালো, তোমরাও কি ফেস করছো আজকে জুমের সাথে প্রবলেম?
আমাদের আসার সময় কানেকশন প্রবলেম হয়েছে, রিপোর্ট এরর বলছিল, তারপর কি কানেক্ট হয়েছে।
আমি তো কন্টিনিউয়াস ডিসকানেক্ট করছি আর যাই হোক, স্ট্যাক কি হচ্ছে? the process stack contains the temporary data such as method, function parameters, return address and local variables. This is the description of stack. Heap. What is heap? Heap is dynamically allocated memory to a process during its runtime. Text. This includes the current activity represented by the value of program counter and the contents of the processor's register. Data. This section contains the global and stack variable. So these are different context, these are the different components that are present in a process. In dynamic memory or allocation, when you were writing your program in dynamic memory allocation also, then also all of you must have dynamically allocated memory, and all of you have used stack also, stack, heap. All these things are done in C programming. Also, we allocate different stack variables and different heap memory allocation is being done. So, process state. What are the process states? Different process states exist. Whenever a process is created, we can say that a new process has arrived. The process is being created and running instructions are being executed. Whenever an instruction is executed, it is in running state. Waiting, the process is waiting for some events to occur. Ready, the process is waiting to be assigned to a processor. So that is a ready state. And terminated, the process has finished execution. The execution of a process is finished. So these are the different states of processes. The states of processes change due to some interrupt also. Suppose when a process is created, it is in its new state, and when the process starts executing, it is in running state. Now, suppose an interrupt occur, then the process changes its state from running to waiting. And again, the process can change its states from waiting to running once it is allocated the CPU. So these are the different states of a process. Ready, the process is waiting to assign the processor, and terminated, the process finished execution. Once the process is in terminated state, then we can say that it has completed the execution either successfully or there is a problem in connection. So the process state is changed to terminated. This is the diagram of process state. A new process becomes ready and its state is changed to admitted. Then from ready to running state, when interrupt occurs, then the process switches from running to ready state again. Why it is kept in ready queue? So that the process, so that the CPU gets allocated to a process again. So this is under ready state. And from running to waiting state also. From running to waiting state, we can say that there are two types of operation. One is IO bound operation and another is CPU bound operation. So when there is IO bound, suppose there are 5 processes in a system, 3 of processes are CPU bound. CPU bound means they require a large amount of CPU time. Then we can say that the process which is waiting for the IO to complete, then CPU bound processes will be in waiting state. When IO bound processes are executing, CPU bound processes can be in waiting state. There is one term, scheduler dispatch. What is the meaning of this term? Scheduler dispatch means different processes are scheduled one after another based on certain algorithms. Maybe that there are processes are executed as per the time slice given to those processes. And for example, every process executes for 2 minutes. Then after 2 minutes, another process gets the CPU time. So this is the job of scheduler. Scheduler dispatch means the dispatcher or the processor is scheduling the jobs, or it is responsible for changing the states of the job, the process, from ready to running, running to waiting. But you can see that new and terminated, there are only one arrow which is pointed towards terminated. Once the process finishes execution, it is in terminated state, and a new state, there is only one way arrow which is showing admitted. So this is the diagram of a process state. Anybody have any confusion? They can ask either in chat or they can ask questions up to this point. So there is no confusion, I think. Okay, let's go to next slide. Process control batch. Information associated with each process. What are the different informations that are associated with each process? Process state, process counter, CPU registers, CPU scheduling information, memory management information, accounting information, IO status information. These are the different informations which are associated with each processes. Process state, all of you have just seen the diagram of process states. What are the different processes? What is a process in a process control block? Process state is just one part. In computing, a process is the instance of a computer program that is being executed by one or many threads. It contains the program code and activity. Depending on the operating system, a process may be made up of multiple threads of execution that execute instructions concurrently. There are concurrent executions of instructions. Concurrent executions of instructions means when more than one processes are running at the same time.